Okay, statistical questions. So these can get a little bit confusing. So I'm going to try to understand or help you guys understand the difference. So a statistical question is one that can be answered by collecting information or data where there will be variability, that means different answers in that data. So for example, if you ask a group of people a question, what did you have for dinner last night? No two people are going to maybe have exactly the same thing unless you're asking it of one family. But if you're asking a group of different people from maybe say from our class, what did you have for dinner last night? You're going to expect that you'll get a bunch of different answers. So this example, how many minutes did 6th grade math students spend on their homework last night, is a statistical question because some people are going to say, I didn't do anything last night. Other people are going to say, well, I spent probably 5 minutes. Some people might say, yeah, you know what? I got on and I spent 20 minutes on Prodigy. And all of those different answers make this a statistical question. So a question that is not statistical will anticipate a non-variable answer. That means they're going to anticipate one answer and there's not going to be a bunch of different answers to it. So, for example, how long did Emma spend on her homework last night? That is a non-variable answer. We're asking one person how long they spent doing one particular thing, and we're going to get one answer. So there won't be a bunch of different ones, and different answers are what make them variable. So, let's take a look at some examples and see if we can figure out what they are. Alrighty then. See if I can get this to work. Okay. All right, so identify each question as being statistical or not statistical. So who in your class has the most pets? Okay, we're looking, even though it's a group of people in your class, we're asking for one person who has the most pets. So we're going to get one specific answer. All right, so this is not statistical. So I'm going to say not. Okay. How many times did you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last week? Well, we're asking how many times you did something last week, and for that we're expecting to get one specific answer from just you. All right, so it's one person. So again, this is a not. How many siblings do you have? Still one specific question to one specific person. Not statistical. How many siblings does the average 6th grade student have? Okay, this is yes, because we're looking for a bunch of different people and we're going to get a bunch of different answers. That's how we find an average. So yes, this one is statistical. Okay. Who is the tallest in your class? That's one answer, so no. How many students pass the science test? Okay, this is a yes because we expect to get a bunch of different answers. All right. How many 11th graders have a cell phone? Again, this is a yes. How many hours did you sleep last night? Nope. Because it's just one person. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do anything on this side here. All right. This one is a little bit different, obviously. It is statistical questions, but we are going to be using, we're going to be figuring out if it is statistical or not. And if it's not, how do we rewrite it so that it becomes a statistical question? So we'll do a few together and see if you guys can do a few on your own, as usual. Okay. Let's try number 1. How many cities in Maine had more than 30 inches of snow this past winter? Okay, it is statistical, so we're good. We don't have to do anything with that. So we're going to say this is a yes. Okay. How many vehicles did the nearest dealership sell last month? Okay, that is not statistical, because if it were, it would be asking how many dealerships within a certain area. So we would have to say, to make this statistical, I'm going to change. Let's see, make this. I'm going to say, how many how about dealerships Okay, that's statistical because we've got a bunch of different dealerships, and we're going to find out, we're going to get a bunch of different answers. Some people may have sold, not as many as others. Okay, so let's look at number 3. Statistical? No, not statistical, because they're asking how old you are specifically. So we could say how old is, what's the average age of a middle school student? How about that? Because some are going to be 12, 11, 13. Okay, so okay. 4, write a statistical question about height. Oh, we can do this. This is going to be pretty easy. So we could say, how tall is the average 10-year-old, right? Or what is the average height of a middle school student? We could do that too. We do that. We're going to get lots of different heights. So okay. Last one. How long did it take those in your class to get ready for school this morning? It is statistical, so we don't have to worry about it. It's lots of different kids, so we're looking at a yes. Yay. Okay, so I've given you some examples, and I want you guys to do 6 through 10 on your own. Alrighty, good luck.